This is the absolutely magnificent Uxbridge Rail Trail. So I just hooked up to it from downtown Uxbridge, and I'm riding it out probably to about Sunderland, which is, I'm thinking, about 15 kilometers there and 15 kilometers back. But this trail is spectacular. It's long, straight, and flat. It doesn't get much better than that. It's a former rail line, as you can tell by the perfectly straight line that we're going in. But whoop. It is, however, a very, very brisk morning yet again. In a very cold 2025 here. Oh, we got a bunch of birds. And it's about 4 degrees. Some of the puddles on the ground are frozen, so I know that it dipped below that last night. But we're dressed properly. Always with 2 sets of gloves. There's a bunch of these little small overpasses, and it really makes the trip kind of a cool resting spot because there's always a nice lookout. Now, not a massive lookout. But nonetheless, very nice spot to just kind of stop for a minute. And then, this is interesting. This dam that was built, it's amazing that the top of that water level to the base there is probably a good 14 inches. And the water's being held up, which is kind of cool. Then, of course, the Specialized Chisel HD competition. Fantastic bike. Got it set up the higher handlebars for the long trips, give it a much more comfortable riding position. I've put a stem razor on it with a risen bar, which really helps. Now that's kind of strictly for the long distance cruising. Beautiful 6 a.m. sunrise in late April 2025. As we approach Blackwater, the last bridge I'll be going over in this direction anyways. And back on the trail we go. And up here we're going to be coming to a bit of a fork in the road. And we got 2 different directions we can go. I'll show you the map. So here we are in Blackwater. As we approach the fork in the road, we have a wonderful bike work station. Nice little bench to hang out at, plus a map of the trail. So we are right at this fork here, and we could take it left and go up to Cannington, or if we stay right, it'll take you to Manila, which will then eventually take you to Lindsay. And we started off right there. One of the neat things that we see a lot of on our rail trails or any of our Trans-Canada Highway trails are these bike stations. So how you do it is you put your seat post up in here, so the seat's resting there, and then you have the ability to kind of work on everything. So you got a miscellaneous group of tools. Now I don't know exactly if all this stuff would suffice for some of these higher end bikes, but for the most part they've got everything you need. They have a bike pump, and presumably you'd put your tire in there so you can work on your bike on the ground. That's cool. But here in Blackwater, got a nice resting spot. Have the bike looking pretty. Quite pleased with this bike actually. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a pretty gnarly ice storm that came through the northern end of Ontario, and we lost a lot of trees. This is just a small little snippet, but there are trees down everywhere. It wreaked havoc. They were in a state of emergency in northern Ontario for about a week because you couldn't fix the power wires because the roads were blocked. One of the cool things on the rail trail are these Trans-Canada Free Library. So generally you take it and then put it back. Look at that, it's all weather sealed. That's cool. They got a dog library too. Take a stick, leave a stick. That's cute. So this is the largest overpass of this ride. They lay rubber pads down for the snowmobiles in the wintertime so they don't destroy the wooden bridge. The bridge is like 100 years old.